Predictions are open. Predictions are now open. Place. I'll announce it in the chat. As we are getting into this and spawning in the top right-hand corner of, oh my god, of Royal Blood, Demi! Going for a proxy hatch across the map. We have, I just said his name, goddammit. We have the Indian Zerg player representing Match Arena Esports. It is Demi. Being very cheeky and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. We have his opponent. We have the Taiwanese Protoss player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Nice. Here we go. So this proxy hatch build is very common and very popular on maps like this. On maps specifically like Gresvan, Ancient Cistern, and Royal Blood. And what all three of these maps have in common is no ramp. No ramp coming into the natural, which means that you don't need high ground vision to lay siege upon this base. Probe goes across the map. Nice is attempting to scout, is going to recognize that, hold up, the hatchery is missing, the spawning pool is missing. Something is wrong, something is amiss. He should be maybe checking the third base locations first, but I'm sure rising suspicions are here for Nice. As he checks the triangular third, sees that nothing is here, is going to check the linear third base next. Linear third, and once he realizes that there is still no hatchery, he should be able to piece together. Yep, there we go, he checks. He does confirm the proxy. So really good scouting from Nice. Able to, again, bring it all together. Do have a Zealot being chronoed out as we speak. Pylon is on the way. Second pylon here to make sure everything stays powered. We should be seeing a Forge momentarily from our Protoss player. And we'll see how committed Demi is going to be as he's expanding back at home. Okay, so Demi, he doesn't pull extra drones here to throw down spine crawlers. He's only committing to this hatchery. We have a couple of lings in production. Demi is maybe hoping his opponent overreacts. He's maybe hoping for the overreaction. Here we go. Lings are on the way. Ling speed in production as well. Shield batteries are on the way. Demi, he's going to be able to shut down these units, but I don't think he's going to be able to threaten the natural. Yeah, he's droning. He's droning back at home. He's transitioning out of this. It looks like he was hoping that Nice wouldn't see what's happening, and because he was able to react to this, Demi, he's respecting Nice quite a lot, and he's just working away. He's getting away from this in the end. Building up those lings, waiting for ling speed to really kick in. And here we go, Demi's trying to collapse on these stalkers, gets us around on at least a Zealot. And he wants those stalkers next. Up! Oh, but he's within range of the shield battery. Stalker survives. Demi making a drone. And the hatchery will go down. Again, ling speed wasn't able to finish in time. And from here, Nice is in a good position. He's ahead in workers. He has his natural base, you know, without too much issue. He didn't throw down a forge, so he didn't overreact. Only threw down one shield battery, and the robo's on the way. From here, Nice can go into a 2-base all-in. He can start Immortals and move out across the map. Demi has a lot of catching up to do. He has a lot of droning to do. He also has to make sure he balances things out and keeps eyes on his opponents. Immortals are producing, so Nice is going for an all-in from here. 2 more gates are thrown down. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws down even more gateways behind this. Yep, there's our 4th gate. We should be seeing a 5th and 6th gateway as well. And Demi is going to have a very hard time holding. He has very limited gas available. No Roach Warren, no Baneling Nest. There it is, 6 gates in total. Sorry, 5 gates in total. And Nice is going to have a terrifying army. There we go, another gateway thrown down. So it is going to be 6. I assume this would be a 6-gate 2-base all-in, but Nice, he does better than that. He throws down a 7th gateway, and it looks like he's going up to 8 gates. Oh boy. So again, this is going to hit like a truck. This is all-in from our Protoss player, looking to punish the opener of Demi. And Demi, he's still only on one gas mining. Doesn't really have much else going for him. He's throwing down 2 more gases. Now, it is going to take a little bit here for Nice to make sure he breaks out of the supply block and he warps in as many units as he can. This is going to be a slow lot all in. He hasn't saturated these gases. He showed the gases to his opponents, but he's not really going to be focusing on them. Demi is droning. Oh, and here comes the all in. Demi, what does he have at home to defend? He has 10 lings. He has a handful of roaches. Yeah, overlords are going down. Demi, he has to give up on the third base. He cannot defend this. He cannot fight this. And nice, he's not wasting his time with the third. He goes straight for the kill. He goes straight for the natural. Solid force field. 2 queens go down instantly. And Demi, he just doesn't have enough. It's a numbers game at this point. Again, he was behind because of the proxy hatch. Solid force fields. GG gets called, and nice takes game number 1. GG, well played. Again, a solid scout and defensive reaction from Nice. Able to not overreact and just, be able to shut down the proxy hatch of Demi. Demi had a really hard time transitioning. He was hoping that maybe Nice would have, again, overreacted and throw down like additional shield batteries and a forge and maybe delayed his natural base as well. But Nice was cool, calm, and collected. He was able to, deal with that pretty well, and as a result, Demi was straight up behind. He was just straight up behind from that moment. Was having a hard time catching up in workers. As we are getting into our next game. Oh, and hopefully Demi can fight back here. Again, he was the player who, in a way, dictated the pace of that last game, and of course, Nice was able to completely shut him down. But we'll see what Demi has in store for us here in game number 2. Here we go. Getting into our second game, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Babylon, we have the Indian Zerg player, the best player in all of India, representing Matcherino Esports. It is Demi. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the best player in all of Taiwan, the Blue Protoss, representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Nice. Here we go. We have arrived, and this time Demi, he's being forced to take the unnatural natural. His hatchery is going to be on his side of the map, not on his opponent's side, and a big reason for this is we are on Babylon. Proxy hatches on this map are just bad, unless you're throwing down a proxy hatch like in the natural itself or in the main. But that is that is far more committed here, and yeah, Demi's just going to be chilling, expanding, getting his gases, getting his spawning pool, getting into a standard game. Now, in a standard game, I would say that Demi is pretty comparable to Nice. I know Nice, he is a terrifying player, and he has a lot of accolades under his belt. He is the champion of Taiwan, of course, of the Taiwan-Hong Kong region, especially in years past. But Demi can definitely keep up with him in a more standard game. I want to believe he can. The problem is that Nice isn't the most standard of players. We have been casting a lot of Nice recently in our tournaments, in events like Grand Platypus Open, in Sparkling Tuna Cup, and Nice has been looking terrifying. He's been going for these really quirky builds. He's not afraid to all in a Zerg player. He's not afraid to 2-base all in or rush into Mass Void Ray. He's willing to really shake things up and make it difficult for the Zerg player to scout and really read what he's up to. I'm not saying he always does that. He can't play standard. He can't play macro, of course. But Nice has spread his wings, and in recent times he has been a little bit more cheesy as well. So we are getting into this. Nice, going for a Twilight Council opener. Already a very aggressive opener from Nice. This could be for Glaive Adepts, or this could be for Dark Templar. Could be for DTs. One or the other. As we do see across the map, Demi just working on his third base, keeping up with the Adept harass. Adept is going to be shading on in between these mineral patches, but does not get a drone. Nice moves out of Demi. Just maintaining his drone count, and it is going to be Glaive Adepts from his opponent. Now the question becomes, how committed are these Glaives going to be? This Overlord may go down. Demi overextending, is going to lose the Overlord. Oh, a brutal loss here for our Zerg player. He's going to have even less scouting information. He has to fan out his Lings. He needs to get eyes on what's going on. 3 gateways in the main, 1 gateway at the natural. It is going to be 4... No, never mind. It's an all-in. So we're going up to 6 gateways. It's going to be a 2-base, 6-gate Glaive Adept all-in. Nice is going to be very committed with these Adepts. This may be because he killed the Overlord. I don't know if this was his initial plan, but this is gonna be terrifying, and Demi has no idea what's going on. He does have a safety Roach Warren on the way at the 4-minute mark. So a very well-timed Roach Warren. He does fan out his Lings. Demi will have the tools to defend, but can he execute his defense? Can he recognize what's going on in time? Demi, he does scout the War Prism moving out. He also gets eyes on the lack of, obviously, the lack of third base. And Demi is getting ready back at home. Lings are on the way. Spores as well. The Spores are just in case it's DTs. For all he knows, it could be Dark Templar. But the Adepts are being warped in. 6 at a time. Oh, and already 1 Queen goes down. A good pick off for Nice. He cancels the shade. He commits into the third base. Drones are forced off the mineral line. Demi has very limited income, and he goes straight for the Queens again. They just didn't have enough engine for Transfuse. Finally, 1 Transfuse comes in, but the Adept count is getting higher and higher. This is not getting easier. The Lings go for a surround. They're going to be able to pick off some of these Adepts, but in a head-to-head fight, Adepts, they do reign supreme. They take down the Lings. They shade into the main. The Ling count getting lower and lower. And we are not done. Nice. Reinforcing once again. The Prism did get a little bit low from those Queens, so that did interrupt the warp-in of Nice. But it's already traded so well. Yeah, Adepts in the natural, Adepts in the third. Drones caught between a rock and a hard place. An Adept and an Adept. Not a place you want to be. As we go for a massive warping into the main. And Demi, he hasn't lost too much. He's still on 32 workers. But he's also not really gaining any ground. His Roach count is getting lower and lower. They're getting picked apart. Yeah, Roach is going down one after the other, and because of that, Nice, he still has control of the main. He still has control of all these bases. Finally, he's being cleaned up. Never mind. Never mind, Bafi. It's too much. It's far too much. 6 more drones go down. GG gets called. And Nice will take the series 2-0, taking down Demi and advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Ooh, Nice, just wreaking havoc here. Yeah. Going uncontested. Demi had a really rough start to begin with. He did have a really rough start. Losing 2 queens from the get-go. On top of that, he also was having a hard time reading what Nice was up to, and things just escalated out of control. Too many drones were going down, and Nice was doing a great job at canceling the shades and getting on top of queens and roaches whenever he could. Just, you know, collapsing and getting on top of whatever units he could, making sure that Demi wasn't able to build up a high enough queen or roach count to go toe-to-toe with the adepts of his opponent. So really well done, really well executed by Nice. And with that, nice advances on to the grand finals. GG, well played.